you have any origin movies that you enjoyed particularly when it comes to the MCU? Shahid? None? Not even? Not even the first Thor movie that we all went to see in theater back in 2011?
No comment.
Well, to be fair, all the origin movies went to go. No, we saw Iron Man together.
Yeah. That was the beginning of everything.
Yeah, we have a picture and everything.
Right?
Bobby wasn't there. Were you? No, you weren't there.
Yeah, I never really found those issues with regards to female characters not having powers, but I mean, it is a good point. I find Captain Marvel is a good step in the right direction, but in all honesty, Black Widow is still my favorite female character when it comes to Marvel Cinematic Universe and even comic books in general. I'm really excited for her movie. That and
just right before, I'm gonna lose my train of thought because I'm gonna talk to Bobby about in terms of I don't know if I said this exact quote, but I remember from Age of Ultron, Baron Strucker is you know when they're attacking the base, Baron Strucker literally says, "Focus your power on the weaker ones."
Hawkeye?
And then literally. I think I told Bob, this is why the Avengers should not have weaker ones.
Aww.
And Black Widow, I find that her role in Avenger movies is always or actually movies in general, is literally just to further the plot. In Avengers 1, she was there fighting aliens with her pew-pew guns. She's an amazing character, I love her. From Daredevil and all that stuff, don't get me wrong. But literally in Avengers 1, she didn't do that much. Hawkeye was taking out people left and right with arrows, but she was firing bullets. That's why at the end, to make her not seem useless, they had her
shut down the portal.
And then Avengers 2, her big role, she
controlling Hulk,
and then they gave her that love story that just didn't give anything. And then even in Iron Man 2, she was the cool agent and all that, but it served to kind of lean us into S.H.I.E.L.D. So I don't like characters like that because they're there.
They're a plot device.
They're a plot device, and I don't like characters like that. Had they started with, I don't know, I know now it's different. It could have gone a bunch of different ways, with Captain Marvel. Now she's important to the Avengers. She's
the key.
Yeah, and she's a worth. Black Widow, I'm if she's well, I can't join the battle today. I'm I don't think we're gonna really notice the difference. At least Hawkeye, once again, I love Black Widow. At least Hawkeye has long range and
he's a weapon specialist too.
He can contribute more.
Yeah, and he never misses. Black Widow, if I asked you what her powers are, because we read the comics. Yeah, if we read the comics, we'd be Russian super soldier, Blood Red Broom, all that jazz.
So he's a super soldier, by the way. Black Widow is a super soldier. Not too sure about Cinematic Universe, but she's probably a super soldier.
Yeah, but if you look at the movies and such, they never touch it. They never even hint at it. So as far as I'm concerned, I'm she's a S.H.I.E.L.D. agent with cool tech. And I'm I would not trust someone like that against robots or aliens.
True.
And then her weapon of choice are either pistols, which at least if they did, I don't know, some sort of rounds, something. Yeah. And besides that, she fights with her stingers, which is close range, and batons. I was that is horrible.
True.
I'm how are you not dead? Captain America, who does the same, who does get hit occasionally. And remember the shot in Avengers? He literally got shot and then he got up.
Yeah.
And he has an unbreakable shield, and he's a super soldier.
True.
So that's my problem with her.
I find when it's outside of Avengers movie, she does serve an actual purpose. I don't need to explain how she was very useful in Winter Soldier. I would argue she was also she was pivotal in Civil War towards the end. She was the one who helped them escape. But once again, it was a bit of a plot device. Yeah. But no, in terms of I guess you could say she played more of a moral influence when it came to Civil War, because it did have an impact on the trio of her, Cap, and Falcon when it came to her siding with Iron Man, though.
But even at that, remember my favorite portrayal of Natasha was in Winter Soldier, because it was sort of espionage-esque.
Yes,
so she fit in perfectly. I was this is what you should always be doing. I would love her to just be a S.H.I.E.L.D. liaison, always helping out when they need.
It's much more grounded. Her playing field.
Yeah. If Daredevil, there's a reason why Daredevil's not in the Avengers, because it's not his playing field.
Exactly.
Street level.
And remember at the end of Winter Soldier, when they had her in court, it's this all gets out. She's you can, I don't know, she pretty much talked smack, right? Yeah. And then Civil War kind of flipped on that, and then talking about even Rhodey says aren't you the one who told the government to kiss the?
Yeah, it was Falcon again. Yeah.
It was Falcon.
Yeah, it was Falcon.
And he said that, and she's I'm just loving Tori, and I was that doesn't explain anything, and they just never went on it. I would like that maybe they went in a little bit more in depth, but how I feel about Civil War. Because they were excuse, everything was a plot device to get people to fight, which looked nice. Yeah. But that's a conversation for another time. I think it's unfortunate for Black Widow, and they're really just shoehorning her in for that female representation, which is for me representation done wrong. And does a disservice. I mean, like girls don't want to go and be like, well, I can't wait to be like Black Widow. She was super cool. No, they see Wonder Woman like, yo, I want to be Wonder Woman.
True.
My girlfriend, after seeing Captain Marvel, was like, wow, I would like to dress up as this girl. And I was like, really?
They do cosplay. It's not some freaky deaky stuff. It's cosplay. Go on.
Yeah, exactly. So for me, like that's how it should be. Like Black Panther, revolutionary, not just because, but the fact like
he's a Black African character, but
But
also
more importantly, he was the first Black superhero in the MCU that was not a sidekick. Rhodey, Falcon, looking at you, not taking anything from you, but you guys were.
And then not even just that, but like that also goes into the impact of Luke Cage, right? Like we're not just talking about the MCU in terms of the big screen, but even the small screen. Yeah. Luke Cage had a huge cultural impact because he wasn't a sidekick.
Exactly, and going even further with that, Jessica Jones, fantastic hero.
Another huge change in terms of the playing field.
And I don't want to take anything away from Black Widow, but if she was on the Avengers, she probably would have been able to contribute a bit more.
Oh,
I mean,
well, she does have powers.
Exactly.
Yeah, she can throw cards and shit.
Yeah.
Well, she can't throw cards. She can push them. Fair enough. I have heard that her and Cap are gonna have a bigger role in this upcoming movie.
You said B. I thought you were gonna say baby.
Oh no. Her and Cap are gonna have a bigger role in the movie. I did find her and the Secret Avengers were probably the most useful ones in the movie. Like a lot of people feel like Cap and Falcon, Black Widow didn't do much. I'm like, they're the only team that didn't take an L.
Exactly, and even going further with that, Secret Avengers, espionage. That's her.
True. Yeah, which is why they were so effective at the hit and run against.
Yeah, that's perfect. That's what she should always be doing.
Fair enough. I guess we have some good stuff looking forward to in terms of her movie. All right. Well, we gotta go. We got some stuff to do. We gotta live life. So this is our review of Captain Marvel and talking about female characters, Black nerds. We out. Oh, just because Black. Still got some Asian people, you know what I'm saying? Gotta have that diversity. You gotta change out the playing field just like we were talking about. Deuces.